Feel like it. Oh well. Okay, we are live, and let's see if we can get some people to come on. I'm gonna see if I can get some music queued up while we're waiting. It is a Tuesday morning. This song is called Tamaroo. This is by Los Pingüinos, which is a three-piece surf music band.
Nice.
They're fun. So jumpy. Give it just a minute or two and see if anybody wants to come on. And if they don't, they just want to catch the replay, we always welcome a good replay view. And we'll make sure that this interview gets onto my blog so that everybody can read it there. Yay. Let this song wind down. All right. You appreciate a good tune, don't you? All right. I love the ending of the song, but it's hard to wait that long. All right, I'm just going to shut it off. Okay, everybody. Thank you for coming to watch Tam Veilleux from the Energy Almanac and my amazing collaborator, Rochelle Hubbard. We are going to just have a little friendly chat here this morning. I am so happy to be on this internet tour interviewing people who are involved with the Energy Almanac, from writers to this year's book sponsors. So this is very, very exciting for me. You're the first writer that I'm having the opportunity to interview. So most people know I am Tam, and Tam I am. I am the creator and publisher of the 2022 Energy Almanac. Here we have book number 4. It is launch week, Rochelle.
It's exciting.
And I know, right? It's so very exciting. And the Energy Almanac is now like officially available everywhere. And I don't think I've said this yet. It's on, of course, the energyalmanac.com. We have it at Amazon. We have it at oillife.com and essentialoilsupplies.co.uk. So if you're in the UK, you can also get this book over there. As a matter of fact, I got an order this morning that came in from the UK, and I wrote to them and I said, I love that you ordered from my store, but did you know you could get it in England and save a fortune? I mean, the shipping from here to there, yikes. Anyway.
Hang on, my dog's barking.
Oh, that's okay. My dog.
Yeah, and also it's available in Ireland. I noticed that you're doing it.
Oh, that's right, Ireland. So that's eosupplies.ie. Thank you for reminding me of that. Yes, I want to make sure I get that out there. But who is this fabulous woman with the beautiful accent who is suggesting all this information about the UK? So I am so pleased to invite you to know and get to know Rochelle Hubbard from the UK. Now, Rochelle did our beautiful, let me see if I can find it here, gemstone section this year.
Essential oils.
Oh my God, essential oils, because Kate Sarton did gemstones. Yes, she did our essential oils section. Here we go, over here. She wrote all 12 months of essential oils, and we're going to learn a lot more about her now. So Rochelle, tell us about you and your business. Who are you?
Oh, wow. Okay, that feels like such a big question these days.
I know, right?
It's just like, I am so much. And I mean that in like a non-boasty way. Okay, so I am a nearly 40-year-old woman. It's my 40th birthday on the 11th of November. So I'm very excited.
11.
Yeah. And I live in the UK with my husband, Josh, and my 2 children, Caleb, who is 12, and Savannah, who's 8 in January. Well, I'm a mother to them. I'm also a homeschooling mother to them, which is something that we started a year coming up to a year and a half ago. With everything going on in the world, I just really wanted them at home so I could control what they were exposed to in terms of education, not other things. So I have them at home, and we absolutely love being together. And Josh and I work together in my business, which is now our business. So when Caleb was around 2, I decided 100% I was not going back to my corporate job as a tax consultant.
Oh.
The partner that I worked for, it was an international firm. He kept my job open, which was really sweet, but I told him that I wasn't going back at that point. And I trained to be a health coach initially. I've always been very passionate about food and the environment, and I've always been fairly conscious being, but that definitely grew around the age that Caleb was around 2. And so I trained to be a health coach because I wanted to empower women with the knowledge that I had gained to essentially liberate myself, because I had a really bad eating disorder in my teenage years and my 20s. And I had liberated myself from that had constrained me in so many ways. And I wanted to help support other women do the same. That process at the beginning of my business exposed me to lots of different people. As you know, we're all aware, the more that we work in this space, the more incredible women we meet, like getting to meet you. Yeah. And I ended up personally working with, and a little bit professionally too, with an incredible woman called Jessica McCleskey Hood-Marl, quite a long name. Now she's got married, and she is a moon mother. And so she exposed me to working with my own being in terms of looking at holistic health, but as a woman. Like we do a lot of work around nutrition and lifestyle, but as humans, but actually as women, we're very, very different. Sure. So working with the cyclical energies that we have, obviously during our menstrual cycle, but all through our life as women. And that again liberated me in many ways, because we beat ourselves up so much as women that we're not linear and always able to perform in the same way. And to learn that actually there was a great beauty and a great power to harness within my cyclical energies was really powerful. And so I started to build that into my work. I trained to be a moon mother myself and work with women in that way too. And then layering on top of that, one of my online clients from one of the nutrition programs that I run, she contacted me around these essential oils that she used in 2015. She contacted me, and eventually in 2016 I agreed to let her send me samples. And I was absolutely blown away by the quality. And from that point on, I very slowly dabbled with the idea of building a business with doTERRA, and but very quickly grew a very large international business with them, which my husband then came to join me in. And that's kind of led us to this point, to 2020, where I'm now evolving again. This is why I said it's such a big question. Right. Because I really learned last year that there was so much that I wanted to do in terms of helping women become more sovereign and, claim their freedom and the abundance that they are deserving of. And so I'm working now. I have an offering called The Mothership, where I'm teaching women about how to grow their own food and to forage, to have bring in more stability through becoming more sovereign with their finances, not relying so much on the system. And also
at the end, let's let you introduce and invite people to that. I'm really excited about your program called The Mothership, and we'll talk about it again at the end. Tell me, so you've been in essential oils like yourself since 2016?
Yeah.
And so let's see if we can bring it how you and I ended up with the Energy Almanac.
Yeah.
How did we meet? How did we meet?
Okay. So I was at a doTERRA convention in, must have been, so 2000 and, what did we have last year? 2019, I would guess. Yeah. I think that was the last time I was able to travel.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah. So that was September, and I came across your Energy Almanac there actually,
Yeah.
and I was just so drawn to it immediately. The beautiful illustration at the front, like I opened it, and then the content, I was like, I've got to have this. This is so exciting. I was so excited. So I brought one for myself, and I was sharing it a lot with my community in the UK over 2020, and then oh no, maybe it was 2018. All the years are blurring into
2019.
one.
It was 2019. Yeah, that's when I was in doTERRA. Yep.
Okay. So, yeah. So anyway, I really wanted to get hold of. Yeah, of course, I really wanted to get hold of the for myself and for my community the 2021 copy. And so I contacted you because it wasn't available in Europe, and I was like, how can I get this? Can I buy a bulk directly from you? And we were about to do that. And then I thought to myself, actually, I don't want it just to be me and the 10 people that I'm going to buy it for. I would love this to be available to all of Europe because it's such a beautiful, beautiful thing that you have created.
Yeah.
And so I have a good relationship with the lady that has all the resources here in the UK. So I suggested that you and Viv spoke, and then then it became available in the UK, and I think in some other parts of Europe it's available, but certainly in Ireland as well. And that's really exciting, and I love going now to the stalls when I'm there and seeing it and just seeing people flick through it in the way that I first did. It's a really beautiful thing.
Ah, awesome. Yes. From there, once you introduced me to Vivian, we got that book available in the UK and Ireland, and then I was like, Rochelle, like we write this book every year. How about writing? And you did. You took it on with great gumption and gusto and enthusiasm. And tell me, like, how is the process for you? Like, I'm always curious, what is the writing process? Everybody's different. How was it for you?
Yeah, I mean, I was so honored that you asked me for a start. Like, I was just like, wow, that's amazing. Like, I love how the universe works, and we're led down these paths from that point where I first saw that book and was just in awe of it. So you you sent me a little brief overview of each month, and it was a bit overwhelming for me because you're like, I'm not going to give you more than this. This is it. And then I just want you to go with your intuition. I was like, oh gosh, okay. So I took, first of all, the process for me is like last minute. I can never do things like well in advance. That's just not who I am. I don't work well in that space anyway. Like I have to be time pressured for like the creativity to flow. So right at the last moment when I was about to have to submit it to you, I took the document that you'd sent, and I got lots and lots of books out that I really love, and I started to research oils that were coming to me around the different themes, get the oils out, smell them, feel them in my body, and just connect to the energies that you had described for each month. And then just write, like hold in my mind the themes of that month that had come to me, because you didn't actually outline them, but that had come to me from what you'd written. And then then just write. I love to write. I love it. It's like one of my just happiest times is to sit and just write. And it was a really joyful process for me. So thank you again for inviting me.
Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness. There's a beautiful collection of essential oils that you wrote about in here. And I remember there's like pink pepper next year. There's sandalwood, bergamot. Like, do you have a favorite that you ended up like? Do you have a go-to scent, particularly that's in the book? Do you remember?
Do I have a go-to? Sorry, my family are being very noisy downstairs.
I see cedarwood. Um,
Well, I called upon Rose for one of the oils, and that is the most beautiful essential oil. I mean, it's the highest frequency energetically essential oil that you can get. So yeah, absolutely, like that is one of the favorites. I mean, I chose oils that I love.
yeah,
That was really important to me, actually, to choose oils that I connect to and I really love. And it's each one, and I find this interesting just in terms of like women in general, like in terms of our cyclical energies, depending on where we are in the cycle, like we want different essential oils resonate with us in different ways. So I really hope that based on what I felt into for the energy of each month for the almanac, that because of what is happening and the reasons that I chose that essential oil, that those who are using them will resonate with it and it will energetically connect to them, because the oils have been chosen for their energetics based on
right.
that month. Yeah.
Nice. I was just looking like an essential oil that I'm not so familiar with. Like you chose blue tansy for 1 month. What
I
is blue
love blue.
tansy? What is it?
Oh, so blue tansy comes from a tansy flower, and it's an essential oil that is literally blue. I had some on my desk, actually. I just moved it into the bathroom, but it is completely blue.
Mm-hmm.
And the blue comes from a chemical that when the tansy flower itself isn't actually blue, but when it's distilled, there's a chemical that's released called chamazoline, which is what makes blue tansy blue. You also find it in yarrow essential oil.
Okay.
It's the
Yep.
same. And it has incredible properties for helping to connect to your truth and to let go of old stories. And in fact, there's a wonderful challenge, and people could Google it if they get blue tansy, because they're going to use it throughout the month that we wrote about it. There's a challenge called the Blue Tansy Challenge, and you can go for 30 days just placing it onto your big toes, which is a good reflex point for using blue tansy, and it just really helps you live into your purpose. So
Wow.
yeah,
That's really interesting.
yeah,
That's very interesting. Like I'm thinking about, let me grab this book again, the 2021 Energy Almanac. We are in a 5-year, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1 is 5. So it's a year of change. And I heard you say you were pivoting in 2021. Your business is shifting. My own business is shifting, and my thoughts are shifting and changing, and the whole idea about purpose. Why am I here? What am I really meant to do? I did not know this about blue tansy. The under the big toe, on the big toe, does it matter?
no, on the bottom of the big toe, yeah.
Oh boy.
And if you Google big blue tansy challenge, the big toe, it will come
I'm
up. And
going to look that up. That's really, really interesting to me. Um,
Sorry, I don't know why my children are being so noisy. Anyway, hopefully
it's all good. It's all good. I'm happy to have it. It's very real, very authentic. I loved your writing for the Energy Almanac. I could really hear who you are inside of the writing, and that's what I look for in my writers. I really want their personality and their style to shine through. This has been a really, really fun journey with you. I just enjoy you so very much. And I really want other people to have the opportunity to know your work and your life purpose. So would you please invite my listeners to the mothership?
I will. And are we going to talk about the blend as well? Because I loved making that.
Yes. Let's talk about the blend and then go back to, you're right. I forgot to talk about the blend. Go ahead, please.
No, I loved what the theme of the Energy Almanac, which was make tea not war, right? And
Yes.
so when I was creating the blend, which I've got one here, I love it, actually. It, the keynote for me had to be bergamot, because it's it's an Earl, it's in Earl Grey tea. And I was like, yeah, it has to be that. So how can people get hold of the blend recipe? I don't even know myself, actually.
It's almost done. The aromatherapist who's blending them for me is coming this week, and it'll be on theenergyalmanac.com. I will have the download for the recipe, and it's also going to be on the blog.
Yeah, perfect. So we've written a little bit about it, and they'll be able to, if they don't want to make their own, they'll be able to buy it directly from you. Is that right?
They can get the recipe, absolutely.
Cool.
So there will be, for those who didn't get what we just said, the roller ball blend will be all pre-made if you'd like, and I'm also going to have you, if you want the recipe, we're going to get you the recipe that Rochelle put together.
And if anyone's in Europe watching this and they haven't got the essential oils and they want me to make up the blend, just let me know, and I'll definitely do that.
Awesome.
I know I don't normally do that, but I would like people to get hold of it. So okay, so thank you for inviting me to talk about the mothership. It's something that came to me. I really was pivoting last year in a big way. Like inside, I had a real wake up call, as so many of us did. But I realized that, as life felt less free, that I didn't have as much freedom as I thought I did. And initially that kind of scared me, but I grew a very strong realization inside of me that freedom comes from inside. And the more that I do to have control of areas of my life, the freer I feel, regardless of what's happening in the world. And so, yeah, I wasn't really sure where I needed to go. And I had this thought, because, I have grown a very successful business. And I thought maybe I move into mentoring other women to have freedom financially in the same way as I do. But it was my friend that reflected back to me a few months ago now that, through social media, I don't really use Facebook, and I know this is on Facebook, but on Instagram, if you pop over there, I'm just Rochelle.a.Hubbard. I speak quite openly, and she reflected to me that I give other women permission to stand in their truth. And so that's really, as a mother as well, a huge part of that is as a mother. And so she said to me, that's your work, do more of that, don't just shout about it on Instagram, create something. And I was like, and then I was lying in bed just a couple of weeks later, and I've bought a book recently around receiving and understanding how you receive guidance from the universe, or however you want to describe it, because it's not something I've ever really concentrated on before. I love the book Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert, where she talks about ideas coming to you, and you either take them or you don't, and they then go off and find someone else. And in a way, I think she's really speaking about receiving guidance in that moment too, and whether you listen or not. And I was lying in bed and I heard this whisper, the mothership. It just literally came to me, the mothership, out of nowhere. I mean, I think it's a spaceship, really. What? Is it Star Trek or Star Wars? I don't know anything about it, really, any of that stuff. But I was just okay. And I just felt so excited. And I got up and I woke my husband up. And I was like, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to create. I'm going to create community for women to come together and liberate themselves and claim sovereignty and abundance, and in the way that I have and continuing to. I'm part of this as much as they will be, but I can hold their hand and go on this journey with them. And then I was speaking to my mentor. His name is Chris Smith, and he's just incredible, and how he came to me last year was amazing as well. And he said, what are the 3 areas for you that you really felt like you took control more of last year? And I was like, well, I started growing my own garden. I started foraging, and, really obsessed with finding mushrooms at the moment. It's mushroom season here in the UK.
I noticed.
I really am. You can see all my adventures on Instagram if you do come and join me there. And then so he was like, okay, food. And I was like, okay. And I wanted to start creating more diversity in my income, and really, paying, we don't have a lot of debt, but we do have a mortgage. And I just like, I don't want it anymore. I don't want anything. I don't want to be beholden to the system in any way. And he's like, okay, finances. And then I said, I took my children out of school, and I'm really understanding the division that is caused within society starts in the home, because we're so divided within the home, and we are so disconnected from each other because of so many reasons, for so many reasons. And he was like, family. I'm like, yes, food, finances, family. Like the mothership is going to hold space for that for any woman who wants to come in. And it's a membership, an annual membership. So it's 12 months, and people can pay a one-off of £299 or £29 a month for 12 months. The doors close on November the 11th. I did it on my 14th birthday. They reopen again in February, but I'm really excited about it, and I really feel like this is my work now, and I've got other things building in me. I also have a podcast if anyone wants to go and listen. It's called The Sounds of the Rising, and Tam came on it. It was a beautiful interview.
That was a big
yeah, it was amazing. Love that. So that's on all the podcast apps. That it's called The Sounds of the Rising. So that's me really. And I'm so grateful to have met you and know you, Tam. I think you're an incredible woman, and I love what you are creating and your vision and just how you hold it. It's such a beautiful thing. So thank you for having me in the book and here with you today with my cup of tea. Make tea.
And I love that and I can't believe that I brought water, but make tea, not warm. I'll get used to the whole tea thing. I'm a coffee drinker. It is my pleasure to know you and to be in your circle. I love supporting your business, and I love that you are supporting the readers of the 2022 Energy Almanac. I look forward to hearing all the feedback on the essential oils and how they're working for everybody. You are a pure delight. You really, really are. So thank you so much. I think the UK is blessed to have you. If Rochelle, last thing is, what is the bonus that you contributed to the Energy Almanac readers? What is that bonus?
Yeah, so I have a process that I have been through myself. I recognized over the last 8, 9, 10 years to get to the place where I am today, in terms of this feeling of the freedom comes from within inside me. And the process is essentially, it was to release old wounds, to rewrite my own story, and to reclaim freedom within inside of me. And so I have created a 5-part video series for anyone who comes to the bonus page. And if you sign up there, you will receive the 5-part video series where I'm using 5 essential oils to take you on a journey towards that process for yourself.
I'm writing it down as you're speaking. Okay. Oh, let me use the word stories. Okay, there, that was a big one. Yes, I love the idea that you did a video series. You're beautiful to watch and to listen to, and I think your bonus is going to add a lot of value to a lot of people. So don't forget, readers, watchers, inside of your almanac, in the margin, there is a URL that you can go to where you can grab all of your bonuses. So Rochelle, thank you one more time. I appreciate your time and your wisdom and that beautiful smile of yours. I will talk to you again soon.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right.
Much love.
Bye.